Hello there. Right. But yeah, I'm a bit tired to say the least. So, that's the song finally finished that I listened to. I mean, if people knew what I just listened to, it's a video attack. They would be very puzzled into how the hell I can stay, well, nearly asleep while listening to stuff like that. But that's one thing. Another thing is that I had already joined the server and everything. So, let me return to garage and put a fresh set of tires on so they're warm. A bit at least. It doesn't look particularly great for attendance tonight, I will say that immediately. We have currently 19 minutes still on the clock, which means there's about 4 minutes that we're too long with this, but well, it's not the end of the world. Still, that means that the 15 minutes till technically what would be 15 minutes till the scheduled start of qualifying. A bunch of people are still missing. Fastest time so far is 46. Our Risotto is Ricky Risotto, I think. Is this? Yeah. No, he is actually the guy that is the fastest. Oh, Goncalves, I think the guy is, if I'm not mistaken, the guy that I'm racing. Really for the championship, so he's on the server but hasn't set a lap yet. I think he joined a few minutes ago. I think he's the guy who's been able to keep up with me. And he hasn't practiced, I think, set up for 43, which is not bad. But not alien quick. But quick enough, I guess. Well, the result has improved down to 44.5. Oh, that was a missed apex and a half. I think I'm carrying fuel for about an hour long race. Oh, I'm making massive errors here. Oh, missing apexes left, right and center. If I continue that, I won't be in front. Because on his first flyer is matching Risotto. And Dora and the lost apex. $142. Oh, this is not gonna be quick. 45. Yikes. Yikes. That is terribly slow. Yikes. Even with half a dozen missed apexes, that's still terrible. Should be in the 44, low 44s, 43s, even on, well, race field here. There's half a second, that's very good. Time. That's still very scruff. Yeah, but I mean, comparisons are actually good people. Lap times are also not like that great. I mean, it's not cold. It's relatively warm on the server. I think I have a bit too much rearwards brake bias. The car wants to skid into corners. And lost apex. The last few meters the car struggles to pull up on that braking zone. Brakes just fade away underneath me. Oh, I got too much oversteer there. Again, the scary part is I'm not doing Qualy runs. Literally carrying more fuel than I will need in the race. My race pace is faster than this. Well, I'm not too sure if this is actually like an hour's worth of fuel or not just 45 minutes. Yeah, I think it's 45 minutes worth of fuel. So it's not that much more fuel I'm carrying around. I'm struggling to improve now. Again, hit the ceiling already. It's annoying. I think it's just a bit twitch. Let's try more forward bias. See what that does. So I'm 6/10 down in my own time, and the others are starting to improve. Oh, come on. fucking slow, it's so fast. It's quite frustrating, you could say. Hello! Just massive oversteer there. Can't control the slide. There's a fast track. So. I know there must be more time in there, but it's just. And then I end the brake suddenly. Like, what is this? Strange happenings again. But paranormal is for normal for us, so I won't let myself be deterred. Still brake too early for turn 1. Have to go back on the throttle before the apex. And now I've missed an apex there. And get some extra oversteer out of the corner for good measure. Sleets, come on, make the corner. Feels great on one hand, but it also just like there's this last bit of extra grip I would like to have. It just isn't there. The car starts sliding completely out of control. The car suddenly starts to stop, which is also not particularly useful when you undershoot corners. Shoot. I can get closer to that. I feel like I'm always stopping in the middle of the final corner and then having to accelerate out of it instead of carrying the momentum through it. I just can't do it. The car just in the last few meters just stops. Then I try to carry the brake pedal through it. Just don't. If you don't do that, you're just screwed. You're not getting the car turned. Finally, the first few corners at least are on time. Too fast for the first part. Butcher the exit out of this section. Nope, not at all an improvement. Oh yeah, barely some tenths, but all those tenths that I'm gaining right now, I've lost on the entry the corner. This is faster. Oh, I missed the apex. actually got invalidated even. Ah, too late again on the brakes. I'm breaking the feel for that corner and it just sometimes lets me down. It costs me time. A lot of time. Ah, come on. But you can't even beat me yet. You're complaining and stuff from before people. Sure it isn't. I don't agree with that. The attendance just disappeared for this championship completely. There was some in pre-season. There was, I think, pretty decent attendance for round 1 and round 2. Actually, round 2 was like didn't have any because round 2 did have. Oh, it wasn't Suzuka then. Suzuka's attendance was relatively low then again. Although as a GT4 driver, I've seen worse. A lot worse. 4 seconds off the pace.
Yellow flag accepted.
Just about within track limits there. Let's go Bentley. My line was terrible there. I broke in the middle of the circuit and then didn't. But at least I didn't lose time, I guess. So I could profit here of this corner being not particularly perfect on the previous one. When you go half of the circuit and you're still up. But then lose everything in the final corner. Whatever. I'm running with way too much fuel in the fuel tank right now. Although, I mean, we're starting to get there where I can run the full race distance on it. The normal race distance on it. Let's just pull over. At least we have all different cars. All 4 of us. Alright then. So that is the fastest first sector. The fastest final and middle sector. Which came on just that lap. Wait, where's the final sector split? Oh dear. So a few seconds more to tick down, then we're gonna move into qualifying. Will I be qualified? Will I be able to? Do I want to drive with? God, it's like There's so many corners where you can lose all the time you've gained on this circuit. It's like... Also, there's like 30,000 hairpins. I was about to say at the hairpin, and it's like, yeah, which one? Okay, there's distinctly one at the top of the hill before you go back downhill. But that one is... Okay, temperatures have come down massively, so we need to do something about tire pressures again. But yeah, and that's that hairpin can lose you time at the bottom of the hill. There, the corner can lose you all the time. Then the king can lose you all the time with the sausage curve. Then the final corner can lose all your time. And like most corners can lose all the time in this circuit. Do I want to just... how much fuel am I going to take for the Qualy run? Because should I qualify for fuel? Should I qualify at all? I kind of want to qualify and see how fast I can go on a Qualy run. Kind of want to know. So... Track is faster, so it's not like it gives me much info. We're gonna wait till the halfway point in the session and then go out to do Qualy laps. Just let them set some laps. And then let me pounce on them. I guess a bit of the issue with this championship is that compared to my usual case of picking like weaker cars, I've picked like a strong car, and it's kind of causing slight issues of me ending up sometimes utterly dominant. I'm seeing that being like that the entire field spread over the 4 cars was 1 second, so it's not like I'm that dominant. And again, I was running full fuel. I'm pretty sure not everyone was doing so. I'm pretty sure you can drive that even on Lexus a bit better. Although the hairpin is pretty on point. So 6.5 minutes. And 3K Florentine. Validated his lap on the infamous curve of invalidation, which is the exit curb here of this corner. This curb, you think you can go... Oh, and Ricky just blew his lap. Unfortunate. It's an overdue clock, but I guess I can just look at the timetable. Because that will still doesn't display anything till he has set a valve lap. Well, that's unfortunate. Gonzalez, you're my only hope. Knowing what you guys can do prior to myself going out. Let's see, what is he gonna set with his M4? Granted, he's also driving an M4. 43.6. I think that's quicker than what I went in during practice. Current temperature have also come down, so it's not too bad. Right. Okay then. Okay, let's hit drive. The Slayer is into the circuits. Oh, wait. Okay, there's a lot of understeer when I'm on low fuel. On high fuel, the car is quite a bit more responsive, which is a bit surprising because I think the fuel tank in this car is in the back. So we should be balancing a bit, but I mean, this isn't a Porsche that I'm gonna drive tomorrow. How the hell did I get myself signed up for an 8-hour race in a Porsche? I've lost my mind completely. So this has dropped it down to a 43.5. Okay, let's do this. Slightly got squirrely. Tire pressure's a bit low. Good enough. This is scruff. Unsettled over the curb. Was decent, but the lines were not good there. Oh, straight on. Bad brakes. This is not gonna be that quick, despite the lower fuel load. Another undershoot. Bank in. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3. It's 3-3. So I guess still fast enough. The thing is, this is gonna be my final attempt. If I want to improve, I'll need to do it now. I definitely want sub 43. bad exit, but it should be enough. Just about.
Session is now over.
Boom! 42.94. I mean, a bit more gap then compared to last week. We had died. Right, we need a bit more fuel in the car again. Also undo basically the entire adjustments I did for qualifying because, well, the temperatures have gone up again. Like, the temperatures are just yo-yoing up and down. Sheesh. Okay, we need fuel in the car. Because otherwise we're not going to get particularly far. I think 62 liters will be enough. Because, I mean, my fuel readout in practice was saying I would, at under 50 liters, I had still like 34 minutes or so, 37 minutes of fuel left. So I'm like, yeah, 62 should be enough. How about? Or should I take more just to be safe? No, 62 should be enough after all this car can only take. Yeah, just take 62. Should be enough. Right. Off the jacks.
30 seconds.
Hit drive. Ignition. Starter. Okay. Well. 30-minute race it is. I'm under the gantry. I could not even see the lights anymore. That's how far forward the race start is done.
Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh fuck. That was an awkward bounce. Didn't even use the full track lift there. He does close me in quite a bit under the brakes. Not broken away yet from him. I'll proceed to blow this corner. I was about to say that we like lose the other two guys already, but nah. Because my relative in-game is showing those listed as in front of me instead of behind me. A very interesting situation. I have not seen that before. Because for sure they are close.
Well done, babe. Fastest lap of the race so far.
Opening up with a 43.7. But only a few tenths faster than the Beamer. Although the Beamer seems to be quite getting harassed by the Lexus behind, which is interesting. That was close to track limits. The issue is that I don't have a proper gap to them, but like you can see in the mirror they're tied to each other. There's not much room between those two. That's a very interesting situation. I guess the Florentino must have dipped it into the gravel because the other two are still behind us. I went about a second faster than my competition there. Good. Luckily, barely cost us any time. Oh, actually, I just noticed Risotto is past him. The yellow flag must have been for the Beamer going wide. For us. Because I was barely in the gravel anyway. I mean, when you lose barely 2/10, it gives an idea. This means we have someone else hunting us. And maybe they're quicker. Who knows? I don't know that the Lexus is particularly good on this circuit. I haven't heard it's bad or anything, I just haven't heard it's good. You know, the Porsche is said to be the car of choice for the circuit. Bentley works very well, in my opinion, here as well. Gained a slight bit of time on the left. Slight bit. He put a 45 in, I think that's... I think the fight for the Beamer might not be over behind. This is what optimum grip does to someone. Suddenly, when it was difficult in qualifying to break the 43 barrier, because it was a fast track only, in the race with an optimum track, shite's play. Easily done. Another 42.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job there.
Feeling nearly sorry for them at this point. Did not expect to do high 42s in the race. At least not after practice. Well, Gonsalves has dropped to P4 even. Oh, man, what happened? Like he's lost heaps of time. Thing is, I think there's a few more tents in there. As crazy as it sounds. I'm slowly but surely pulling away. Slowly, I mean about a second per lap. In this case, just under. We're only approaching the halfway point. It's a bit dull.
We are at the halfway mark, still a way to go.
Yep. The tell this is still P4. It's interesting. He's not been able to get himself out of that position yet. According to the Medalta, he's about 3 seconds behind the next car. But he seems to be about a second per lap faster. So, I don't know why he hasn't quite caught up to him yet. It's a bit wide. Should just be in track limits. I mean, Ricky is definitely racing a decent race here. He's getting his Lexus to about just under a second behind me. Pull up. Sure, I am outrunning him. There's no question around it, but this car is very well trimmed in, and compared to what I saw from him in qualifying, well, he was in a few corners definitely making mistakes. That's still a good performance. No yellow flag in sector 2. I think Gonzalez has had another incident. Focus on yourself, otherwise you're gonna be an incident. I was starting to oversteer into this corner on the brakes. It's interesting. It's not doing it anywhere else, it's just that one corner. So beautiful when you get that corner hooked up. Come to realize, I don't think I've won a championship in ACC. I've won races in ACC, obviously. I've never won a championship, I think, any year. I finished in top 5 of championships regularly. Never even like fought for the title. I mean, I have here a very good shot for sure. With all my numerous consecutive wins. Give me definitely a leg up. 4 rounds into a 7-round championship. But in comparison, but also SRGP, I am having a shot there. If I get better races than what happens on Tuesday. But pace-wise, I was totally there. It's just I didn't deliver on it. Also, I'm having a bone to pick again with this stewards. I feel like they might be singling me out again. Because they started they nitpicked that I when I had been hit, that I left the track and rejoined, and during the leaving the track jumped the curb and hit another car and filed me at some penalty points for that, because we don't immediately give penalties out. Yeah, I mean, you can argue for an unsafe rejoin. They said, oh, it's not holding brakes, and I'm like, bruh, the car's under control at that point. It was me just going immediately for the rejoin. Sure, I was not technically off the circuit to begin with. So how could it be a rejoin if I leave the track and collide with another car? But I was facing the wrong direction. I would say a car that is facing the opposing direction and starts rejoining into someone else is an unsafe rejoin. So on that angle, rejoining into someone, even if they're off the track, yeah, that's an unsafe rejoin. I think we can argue that. So yeah, probably, I've not filed an appeal. If you let me a spelling error in the damn thing. They've also claimed that I took minimal damage and lost only 1 position. Which, none of these information are... I didn't lose immediately 1 position, I lost 2 positions there. But it resulted in me losing only 1, because the next first, at the end of the straightaway, one of the 2 cars that had passed me got taken out. And then I got passed like 1 lap later. So yes, the immediate effect was 2 positions lost. And also I did not take minor damage, it was another 1.5 to 2 seconds worth of pace loss. And a bent suspension that I suffered from that. It wasn't enough to stop me from driving. And the car was damaged before the incident happened, but still. To claim there was a minor damage, back that up with a source, my man. Because that clearly wasn't minor damage that I suffered there. If only the initial contact was counted, yeah. The problem is I got hit by a GT3 again. And that damaged my car more. And gave me a bent suspension. So yeah, there's that. What that simply tells me is that I just should not file any reports. And I will be fine again. Because just don't interact with the stewarding system. Stay as far away from it as possible and you should be fine. Even when the others take you out, it's better to not suffer some sort of penalty because they decide to nitpick me. And oh yeah, well, the rejoin, the collision itself was just me grazing it. I mean, it's on stream and everything. And even look at the replay on stream. So yeah, it grazed him, but that resulted in him not being able to immediately rejoin the track, and he had to spend a few more seconds on the grass. Which realistically cost him a few more positions. They claim it cost him like 3 positions, but I don't know if that includes the position he had already lost with the initial contact with me. Which that one was racing incident. He had no chance to avoid me after the GT4 hit me. Yeah, right, hit me. No discussion around that part. Right. We're on to hour 3 minutes 11. So we'll have 2 more laps at the end of this. Fuel, well, we have about 6 at the line. So we have plenty to finish this race. Calvus is actually only about 50 seconds ahead of us. My man. What happened today? Did you load a Porsche setup on your car or something? That you completely fell apart in the race. Like yet? Ooh! I should have not said anything. How much is the damage? 10 seconds. Although we don't seem to be bleeding any time on the straights. It was like the luckiest thing ever. Jesus. I don't know where that twitch came from. It came from just nowhere. car just went send. Oh, the car definitely now is twitchy. From the impact there. In real life that would be race ending for sure. Rear totaling broken. If the wheel would still be attached to the drivetrain. At minimum it would have been bended, which I would say most likely would have ripped the wheel off. Because that was not quite that minor of an impact. I guess a lap in judgment, and that's what can happen easily. When the car's already a bit twitchy on the setup. The TC does basically nothing. Yeah, I'm over a second off the pace now.
This is your last lap and you're the leader. Keep it together.
Whatever. Let us finish this. Finish this before anything else. What? Time has expired. So we are really on the final lap now. A few more corners to go. Can we do it? What is actually this bow anyway there for? Just noticed. There's just a amount of advertisements on because like it's not a bridge. Was it timing? I think it might be. I think this one is timing beam to go into the final sector. No, that one is definitely a timing beam. Probably just the curbstones on the outside, the grey load into grass stones, those probably slipped up.
Excellent job, man. What a race.
And that was what sent me into the wall. But in the end, even the goddamn wall couldn't stop me. Make that 4 and 4 point scoring races. 1, 5 with the preseason race. We have 3 races to go in this championship. And to say I'm leading is an understatement at this point. I'm pulling a Mercedes on everyone. That looked like snow for a second. Probably didn't come through on the stream because of resolution and stuff, but yeah, that for a split second that looked like snow. Oh, it's not, the console is, finally it's finished. Oh, everybody is about 18 seconds off the next guy. Well, that is hilarious. Everybody's precisely spaced out. Yeah, that concrete structure is definitely weird. I'm pretty sure the sector beams. And next week goes to Laguna Seca, so we're getting all the
Green light. Give it all you got.
all those DLCs done. Yeah, the timing beam for sector 1 is somewhere else. But down the hill, I think that one is definitely the timing beam there. Up the hill, I don't think that's the timing beam. Definitely isn't there anything. So, right down. Leave track, and I have enabled automatic replay saving. So, We will have a replay to look at. Automatically saved. Kyalami Grand Prix. Play that shit. There's no save button to save it. I have to move it into saved, but whatever. Let's just look briefly at the start again. He gets a better reaction and slightly better acceleration there. Closes in on me. Lexus is quite a bit down. I brake very early. Well, he lifted off. He wanted to give me the room. The bounce looked way more harmless than it actually felt. Like watching this from the onboard here, just look at my bounce here. It just looks like I just like the car just slightly jumped. But in reality, like it felt like I got some serious airtime, but now that car just like slightly bunny hopped there. And there's a Lexus suddenly up the inside. Because the BMW had lifted in a cautious step, Lexus was able to carry more speed into the corner and was alongside due to that. Right, what happens? For the opening lap he stays with me, but then I start picking up the pace and he can't go with me for long. Oh. Well, that's our explanation for what happened. Let's watch from here. He's a bit further back again. There's a nice line using all the track width up there. He's going to track width again up here. He has actually hooked this stuff up here really well. He's driving absolutely excellent here. Right there, that could use some optimization, but hey, not perfect. I mean, he slid himself a bit there. Yeah, I mean, he slid oversteer, but that turned the car perfectly. However, car in front clipped the curb on the inside. Very lightly. Okay, not that lightly. I mean, I head off in front, hilariously. I think also hit the curb there. Yeah, I take also a chunk off the curb there. Sends me wide. And unfortunately he was not able to save the car. He used counter steer, but it wasn't enough, and he clips the wall there. And that's probably substantial enough damage too. And there's the McLaren coming. Oh, he hit the wall back again as well. So he's taking at this point quite a bit of damage. Guess that's definitely not harmless. So, but we can also ask what happened to the McLaren. At some point he was actually like with us, and then he wasn't. So shall we investigate those clues briefly? I mean, considering the damage he's taking, he was still lapping like not that terribly. I think he was lapping mid-high 48s. Not 48, sorry. That would be terrible. 44s. So that's not too far off his own pace. About a second or so. But it's still impressive. Red. Yeah, I mean, we know roughly what he was capable on race pace. It was high. He was in the low 44s for the most part in the beginning before he crashed. Yep. Bonk. Although I would say that's probably a smaller impact he suffered there compared to the Beamer. Yeah, unfortunately the McLaren does not deal that well with curbs, and when we have Beamers and boats suffering problems with the curb, then that gives already an idea of what sort of problem we're dealing with. He is following the McLaren around here. Trying to hunt the McLaren down. He's still there. The McLaren is still there, just oh, that's the problem. Blows this corner here. What happened there? I guess a bit too late, and also half on the throttle and stuff. And then as soon as he had it wide, he clipped the curb. Not just the curb. He also put wheels on the grass and wheel spun himself around. And that was what sent him back even further and dashed his chance for P3. Didn't I hear a car down there? Yeah, I think my car is traveling at the same time. Yeah, there's my car. But it's not rendered from up here. But you could hear it. That's cool. I guess the idea of how that is race on. So, and then we can look at the funnel incident here. Just heading through here. Heading up to this corner here. Ah, slight clipping of grass there. Tiniest bit of grass I took. It's not even enough grass for it to apply the grass sound effect, but it's enough that I get traction loss in that area. And the car is just like, weirm. I tried to save it, but I definitely did not expect the problem. So it did catch me out. As I said, like, that wasn't a minor impact, especially on that. Granted, this is a tire stack, it should not bounce me off like that. It should compress, and so that was probably in all actuality somewhat survivable, although you would still break the toe link on the rear for sure. But with that force, you would just move the rear axle like to the left completely, and that is his race done. Like, you're not gonna even go for the next corner. The car will just... You have to retire in the middle of the next corner. Because that ain't going to work at all. Right. Okay. We could try putting, like, actually a livery briefly together for the 911. Because tomorrow I'm gonna use this car. Right, let's enter here. 78. Ah, it's not a 911 pun. Has to be a 911 pun. Hmm. 977. I guess that's good work. USA overall cup. Now, oh, I forgot which color it was. Because that's half of the entire thing. It's just the colors. I need to figure that one out. 1 more second. Save as new. We love this livery. God damn it. I mean, I can't upload a livery like that. Not just that I can't upload something like that, but also I can't upload a livery in general, so I need to use the in-game design tools. But like... Alright, let's briefly look at the Bentley again. I'll use 305 and 311. Okay. Alright. 5, 311. And the trim will actually be swapped for white. Which was on the delivery previously metallic. So it does look a bit interesting. I mean, we could swap the colors around a bit. This is the more typical Porsche livery. Or factory. Porsche has the better layouts and stuff. So you get quite a few half decent layouts and everything on it. I mean, one is cool as hell. What if I swap these two around? White base color and then 2 purple shades on it. Can also work. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I think we're gonna go for this. Oh, matte changes really how the thing looks. So I also need to apply the paint to the wheels briefly. We're gonna use 311 again. Did white for the rim border. Accelerate light 8 for the. It's also in the headlights. The color might need to change. Let's briefly check it again on the boat. What color do I use? 311 on the aux lights. Okay. I thought I would use something else, but apparently I am using that. So that needs to change. Where's 311, 311, 311? There's 311. So that's a bit dimmer. Right then, gentlemen, I think this is a workable livery for tomorrow. Although do I want to deploy like chrome or something? Nah. White actually looks decent. White accents and everything. I mean, it's not an accent, it's technically trim color, but like, Christ, there's so much trim on this car. Oh well then. Yes. confirm this car for multiplayer as the primary car. Because that's what I'm gonna take on the server tomorrow. Well, I mean, I need to still make screenshots of it, but it's easier to do when I'm not in VR mode. Right. At least I didn't get tired during the race. It stopped being tiring while I was driving, despite that it was, for all accounts and purposes, not particularly the most exciting thing that ever happened, but hey. I mean, the car wanted to keep it exciting, at times. But well, after the first few opening laps, it definitely wasn't that exciting anymore, unfortunately. Oh yeah, also I technically need to try this car out, Porsche. But I think I'm gonna do that off stream. Gonna end it now. I've just done the livery on stream. I think that's good enough. Right. Okay then. Well. So briefly to this. Well, tomorrow I have an 8-hour race. That's what I'm gonna say. I might just stream the entire thing. Although I'm currently gonna be AFK for some major parts of it. So. But for completeness sake, it might be useful if I just stream the entire thing. Right. Okay then. Well, I'm not gonna drag it out like I did on Saturday. No, what am I saying? Not Saturday. Tuesday. Tuesday dragged it out way too long. Let's keep it short and simple here. We're already like 20 minutes, perhaps longer than the actual event went. Right. Well then, bye bye.